Hi guys, happy Thursday. I'm trying to see who's gonna hop on today. Talk about who killed Kaleesha. Everybody has been hopping on the other video I did, so you can check that out. And answering in the comment section. So I wanted to hop on here today because based off of episode 7, we had another character introduced into the mix. And now people are like, well, I think this person perhaps could be the killer. And I want to hop on here. So if you're new to the channel, I'm Larita. I'm an attorney. Tracy is also an attorney on the channel. And we do reaction videos. This is my first time doing like a review or reaction to a show. But Reasonable Doubt is a show dealing with a Black female defense attorney. And so I thought it was appropriate to do kind of a review on a show that has to do with lawyers, even though it's not necessarily legal lawyer talk, just to do a reaction video to it. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, hit the thumbs up button so that it pushes it out to the YouTube algorithm. And let me know in the comment section, who do you think killed Kaleesha? Because that has been going on. And I think we have one more episode left in the series. Although when I went on IMDb, it said that the main character who plays the main character, it was 9 episodes, but it shows only 8 episodes total. So I'm not so sure if this is going to be the last episode for real, but we'll find out. So I wanted to share the screen with you so you guys can see who the characters are, and then you guys can vote and tell me who do you think they are, right? So I have my little notes because I have my own opinion about who I think the killer, or what we're down to, who the possible options for killer is. So you let me know what you think, and we'll see who's right on Monday. They announce it. And I want to go back to the first episode. So when we started the actual episode of Reasonable Doubt, Jax is sitting in a chair. She looks like she's gotten kidnapped. And she's talking to this person that kidnapped her and asked, like, pleading for her life and stuff. So that's how the episode starts. And then it says 6 months earlier. So all this is happening 6 months prior to her getting kidnapped. That's what we've basically been watching it in reverse. So based on that being the tone that's set, something happened between 6 months and now when she's being kidnapped. So this is what I have down to, and I think this is what some of the viewers have been saying too. So some people think it's, well, based off of last episode, a lot of people think it's Brayden's mom, and I can see why they would think that. So let's see, is the mom on here? She's been only in one episode. We only got to meet her in one episode. She's actually not on here as part of the cast, which also makes me think that that will be the reason why she's not the killer. But anyway, Brayden's mom is one of the people that they think, because she went on the stand as a character witness in his trial and said that she had 2 sons. Her youngest son was killed in a drive-by shooting, and she was at the point, like, she knew who did it in the neighborhood. She was ready to go, like, seek vengeance on him. And so people may think that Brayden's mom is the killer because she already showed a propensity to violence. I think she ended up being stopped from using the gun. Oh, Brayden took the gun apart. And so she carried around this piece of gun in her hand to remind her about how Brayden saved her life, right? So people think it's Brayden's mom. I don't think it's enough character development just in the series to make it Brayden's mom. Like, we got to introduce her into one episode, and that was at episode 7. So based off of that, I'm gonna rule her out. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna rule her out though. Who else people have talked about? And feel free, comment in the comment section. People have also talked about Brayden's wife, and she is played by Brooke Lyons, Sarah. She looks way different, I guess, because her hair is cut in the show. Brooke Lyons, they think that Brayden's wife did it for obvious reasons, right? So he was having an affair with her. He having an affair, not with her, with Kaleesha, and his wife Sarah found out. So it was a matter of jealousy, and she didn't want Kaleesha to jeopardize her future, the company, things of that nature. And she's been doing some like little sneaky stuff with Kaleesha's husband that gives pause. It's like, it could be her. I don't think it's her, but I can see why people would think it was her. I don't think it's her. Who else? Theo. So Theo is played by Paul Fox. Theo James is Brayden's business partner. And some people think it's him because he's been like doing shady stuff. He basically got the board, Brayden's board of directors to vote for him to be the interim CEO while Brayden's on trial. And he kind of did it like in a sneaky way. He went and did a press conference. And that's how Brayden found out he was going to be the interim CEO. He's kind of been doing, and like he knew Kaleesha was like maybe having some secrets, holding some secrets. He didn't know what the company secrets were. He met with Kaleesha the day before the day that she was killed, because his fingerprints ended up being on. Well, I should have said spoiler alert before I started talking. Anyway, his fingerprints were on. Spoiler alert: his fingerprints were on the glass, and so that's how they knew that he was at Kaleesha's house the night that she was killed. Although he's saying that he's not the killer. I don't think it's him either. Right? So who we have next? I think so. What happened is at the end of the last episode, Jax was in the hospital room with her stepfather, who we find out in that episode that he molested her and was inappropriate with her when she was a teenager, and she basically was holding him accountable while he was on his what it turned out to be his deathbed, right? And so when she leaves out of the hospital, she's feeling all like he flatlines. She walks out of the room and walks out of the hospital and calls her partner, her business partner, Rich, played by Christopher Casarino. And she says, "Rich, I know who killed Kaleesha." Right? So based off of that, I thought perhaps Rich had something to do with it originally because they had come to him before while Kaleesha was still alive and was going to do the contract. And I was like, well, because Jack says she thinks she knows who did it, not that she may be right, but the fact that she thinks she knows, I don't think is Rich. So we took him out of the running. And I kind of want to take Brayden out of the running too, because she wouldn't be calling Rich to say, "I think I know who killed Kaleesha," if he already. Because he's already on trial for Kaleesha's murder. So I don't think she'd be calling Rich to tell him that. So I don't think Brayden, although it did give me pause when she was at Brayden's house and Brayden had been drinking and he made a move on her and he said, "Oh, you smell just like her." And she said, "Who's her?" And he never answered. And she was just like turned off by it. He later apologized for it, which brought back like a trigger for her because her stepfather used to get drunk and do stuff and then apologize for it later. And in reality, she thought that, drunk people speak a sober mind in that sense, right? Like he was doing stuff that he, really wanted to do anyway. So I'm still on the fence. I don't think it's Brayden because just how it was set up. Not, like I said, not to say that Jax may be right about who she thinks she is, but I'm just trying to fast forward to where we started off at the episode where she's being kidnapped by somebody, and I think that's who has to do also with Kaleesha's murder, the person who also kidnapped her. Damon. Now, Damon was in jail, right, when this happened, so I don't think it was Damon who killed Kaleesha because he was released after she, I think, already had started this case. So that basically he had the rock solid alibi. He wasn't even, out on the streets. But his brother was CJ, Eugene Bird. So he kind of puts in there some of the suspects. Will, the security guard that was hired to protect her by her husband, who they're kind of going through a separation right now, he had texted her. He had something to tell her important. And then Damon deleted the text message. I don't know if it has anything to do with, any connection in the future, but it was like we never got to find out like what Will had to say, like what was so important. I know he came to the house and said he got fired, but I don't think that was what was so important he had to tell her. I don't know. He may just be a character to bring out the fact that Damon was acting a little obsessive and overprotective. So maybe that's what his character was built for and not necessarily to be the killer in this case. Crystal. Now, Crystal is Jax's legal assistant and played by Angela Grovey. And she's like, she knew Jax was going to take the case before she even took the case. She always is like a step ahead of her, like, oh, it's making suggestions. And Jax is like, oh, you're a very good assistant. Like, you're thinking on your toes. And she says, when they said who killed Kaleesha, she said it got to be one of the white people, right? It's almost like diverting attention from herself. I don't know what reason she would have to kill Kaleesha, though. Like, that wasn't developed in that sense, but it was a little weird. So that might have been just a red herring, like to throw it in there. But I definitely was like, why would she say that? Who else do we get to? Kaleesha's husband. I don't think it was him. He basically had an alibi. Although he's doing some shady stuff with Brayden's wife behind the scenes, I don't think it's Kaleesha's husband. So who do I think it is? Who do you guys think it is? Let's see. Check in here. Hi, Vivian Robinson. Is this a whodunit? Yes, it's a whodunit. I don't know if you've been watching it on Hulu, but everybody's trying to figure out who killed Kaleesha. And so I don't know if you watch it, you have any votes of it, but let me share my screen with you about the episodes. Because I remember I mentioned like there was supposed to be 9. Well, it's supposed to be 8 episodes. Like this coming Monday is supposed to be the last episode they have, but it shows that Jax has 9 episodes, full cast and crew. So the series is directed by, and then when you get down to the writing credits, Ramla Muhammad, it says 9 episodes. And then when you get down to the series cast, Ime Yatsi, Coronildi. Anyway, she plays Jack Stewart. It shows she has 9 episodes. Everybody else has 8 as far as like the most that they've had in the show, aside from her. So she has 9. So I don't know if there's gonna be some further development because of that, but it shows 9 episodes for there. So I don't know who they think is gonna to be the killer, but if I had my guess, I would say it's between Brayden or my top 2, between Brayden and I feel like Rich is too obvious. Not Rich. Theo is too obvious, and the wife Sarah is too obvious. I'm gonna go with Brayden, but let me see if I had to pick a second one. Brayden and Crystal? I don't know. This is a recording of it, so I don't know if I'll be eating my words after I see the episode, but I don't think it's Brayden's mom, just because, like I said, she popped in for 1 episode, and I don't think there's enough character development for her to be the killer. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. AA Legal Folks, hi, Judy from North Carolina. Judy, did you get a chance to watch this show yet? I don't know if you have time to watch it, but I've kept up with it, and we're trying to figure out who killed Kaleesha. That's been the running, like, the clue game here. Killed Kaleesha in her bedroom with a wine glass stem. So anyway, that's all I got today. I just wanted to hop on here real quick because I know people have been commenting on the other videos, been picking up some steam because people have their own views about who they think the killer was. So we'll see if anybody's right. Make sure you put in the comment section. We can hold you to it later. Okay, yes. So thank you guys for joining in. If you're part of the replay gang, comment in the comment section, say hi. Consider subscribing to our channel and hit the thumbs up button, and we'll see you in the next video. I might come on here to say like, aha, this is who's the killer, but we'll see. All right, thanks guys for joining in today. And we'll see you next time.